everyone. Welcome to our mashup of the 3-minute videos for the week. During the mashup, we always spend a little time with a little extra commentary, a little behind the scenes on how I came up with the topic, and more. So for this week, we cover quite a few time management strategies, a little bit of sales, and a little bit of running an agency. We talk about how you all need to destroy your notebooks. So anybody who needs to pick themselves up off the floor, it's the first 3-minute video we go through. So stay tuned, learn why I hate notebooks. Next up is how to be efficient in your follow-up with clients to get what you need. We shouldn't be babysitting clients, and honestly, the tone of our voice and the content of our voicemails and emails makes a big difference. Now we go to employee reviews, how to do good ones, what they should look like, and honestly, they are very important. And then cold calling, the mysterious cold calling in insurance. So many people hate it, so many people don't think it works, but I'm gonna dissect it and give you a little bonus tip of one of my friends, Jennifer Hassan, who just created a great cold calling affirmations book. So without further ado, let's dive into these 3-minute videos so you get your motivation for the week. And we challenge the norm, thinking about some new ways to think about some old topics in insurance. The insurance notebook. This is where we all get into our comfort zone of what we prefer to do, right? Write it down and then we can put it in the management system. Well, during COVID, we learned that if people are working from home, we can't see their notebooks. We can't read their handwriting. And most importantly, it's an E&O trap waiting to happen. We lean on our notebooks because it's our comfort zone, and we need to break through that. We don't have time to be documenting something in a notebook to put it in our management system. And it causes so many other issues. So let's ditch the notebooks, let's get into 2021 and become more efficient and effective.
So I want to talk today a little bit about a dirty habit we have in insurance, which is absolutely using notepads. Now, some of you out there think I'm crazy right now. Like, what was you talking about? Notepads are essential. They're not. In fact, they're often a time trap that we don't realize. Why do we need to write anything on a notepad? Well, one, notepads can't read your own handwriting. Two, we're in the middle of still COVID-19 and your notepad is not accessible to team members. And so if you're working from home or someone's working remote, whatever's in your notepad is hard to find. Three, you cannot tell me that everything on that notepad goes into your management system. So if we're writing things down to then go type them in, that's called duplicate entry. Notepads are often a crutch in insurance agency. Have to have my notepad. But it's such a bad time management issue. So if you're getting work from your management system, your notepad, your email, your voicemail, maybe you've got mail on your desk that has to be done, you're getting work from way too many areas. And oftentimes there's bits and pieces on each. So your notebook's actually the worst place for things to be. You need to get used to taking whatever you receive in and putting it right in the system. It can be a task or a suspense very, very, very easily. So oftentimes you're using a notepad just as a crutch because you don't want to do direct entry. But if you challenge yourself for 30 days to hit your personal best and maximize your potential, you'll get there and save yourself a ton of time, effort, and headache. The notepad situation we find as pages and pages and pages. And really a whiteboard might be your best bet because on a whiteboard, you have to erase it to get it going. And then you'll get sick of the whiteboard and the mess and you'll just do direct entry like we're saying. But if you're struggling with time and being efficient, you may be saying, Kelly, that tip is stupid. That's not going to save me any time. In fact, it's going to make my life harder. Slow down to speed up is one of our mantras for the year. Yeah, for a minute it will, but then you're never going to go back because you realize that your notepad is just a place that you're sticking more stuff for you to do, and it's not working for you. So if you're sick and tired of being overwhelmed, start with some of our time management hacks that we give you in these videos. You're not going to find hours in your day, but you will find minutes, and minutes add up to hours. That's our 3-minute video tip for today. We hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All over the country, I hear, oh, we're so busy with follow-ups. I'm so sick of follow-ups. But then I hear people use their sweetheart customer service voice begging for the whatever they need. We need to cut through that. We need professional tone, calls to action, deadlines, and wiggle room. And that's exactly what we break down in this video, is how to get what you need from a client by being a great agent, not a super sickeningly sweet, overdone customer service person that is not honoring your time and honestly, not sharing with the client how important your request is. So take back the day and make sure people know you're important. Most importantly, what you need is important. Your tone of voice and the context of your voicemails really matter. We break that down in this video.
Hey everyone, I want to talk to you today about a tip that I think is so precious and so priceless and will speed everybody up in your agency. There is no doubt that a lot of time is wasted on follow up to get what we need from clients. And yes, this is absolutely part of our gig and part of our roles and responsibilities, but how we do it will make a big difference. All too often, I hear people do what I call the sweetest customer service voice. When you get a chance, if you don't mind, send over Timmy's report card so that you can keep getting the good student discount. I know you're busy whenever you can. That'd be great. Let me tell you something. That's not going to get the job done. You need to match customer service with the mom clean your room voice. So imagine that you told your kid to clean their room in customer service voice. Nothing would ever get done. Now, if we flip this around, you need to find professional voice. And I want to give you a few tips on this. Your voice needs to be a professional tone, needs to be direct, and every request needs to have a deadline. And that deadline should not be the absolute last minute that you can accept it. That deadline needs to be the date that is acceptable for you to process it without having to break a sweat. Because lo and behold, some people will still violate the deadline. Now you're not absolutely scrambling, begging for favors. What this looks like is, hi, Mr. So-and-so, this is Kelly calling from Donahue Piro Insurance. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to follow up with you. This is my second request to get Timmy's report card. If we can't get it by the end of day on Thursday, unfortunately, the underwriter is going to drop that discount and your premium is going to go up $150. I'm certain that you want to avoid that. So you can either give me a call back at X number or email it over to me and we can process that quickly. I'm going to reach out one more time on Thursday if I don't see it, but we really hope that we can get that taken care of for you. Have a great day. One of the things you really want to do in follow-ups is second request, third request, final request. So my final request on Thursday would be, hi, Mr. So-and-so, this is Kelly Donahue calling from Donahue Piro Insurance. It's my final attempt to reach out to you. As we discussed, I need the report card for Timmy, and your discount's going to fall off tonight, which means your rate's going to increase $150. So I think that we should probably get this taken care of today. I'm here until 5. However, we are going to need it slightly before then to process it. Please give me a call back or email it. If not, expect the rates to increase, and please give me a call if you have any questions. That's professional, courteous, and still getting the job done. And why we believe this is so important is you need to be focused on the idea that you cannot force people to do things and you cannot bend over backwards. You're here to facilitate and serve and educate, and that means that 17 follow-ups isn't going to work, which is why you need to mirror your professional voice with your mom clean your room voice. And on top of it all, after all that's said and done, you need to have follow-ups with clear deadlines. A little guilt by telling them it's the third request, second request doesn't hurt. Your follow-ups should not be 1 week apart. That is far too long and far too inefficient. They need to be every 48 hours. There was an old philosophy of, I'm going to bump it out a week. A week in 2021 is eternity. So do yourself a favor, limit your follow-ups, limit your time spent on follow-ups so you can focus on cross-selling and following up with new business. And that way your clients respect you and respect what you're doing, but also you're getting the job done. And that's our 3-minute time-saving tip today.
Have you had a moment to check out our agency process packs yet? Well, let me tell you, they're full of such great stuff. First of all, they all include how-to videos. So not long, but 5 minutes that'll help walk you through each process. How great to train your team. Next, they all include a workbook with clear steps on how to tackle a process. The one that we want to help you with right now is how to set goals for every role in your agency. So often we get questions of, well, how do we set a goal for a service person? How do we set a sales goal? How do we set a goal for the non-customer facing team? We want to include them. Well, we're going to help you with a full calculator that backs you into what your agency wants to accomplish. We shouldn't be picking goals out of a hat. It should instead be
I want to be X and my retention is Y, and this is what we need to do. We're very clear in our process pack, say that 10 times fast, that not only do you need a goal, but then you need a plan. And once you're clear on where you want to be, you can create that plan. So head over to our shop, look at the agency process packs. We have several in there for your viewing enjoyment, and you buy them outright. This one happens to be $200. Then you have it forever and ever and ever, and you have access to the videos forever. So what are you waiting for? If your agency is struggling with processes, don't recreate the wheel. Let us help you, and you can buy it at your leisure. We hope to see you as an agency process pack client. And if you have any processes that you don't see there, keep checking, they might be in production, or send us a message. We're always looking to add to the process packs. Have a great day.
The dreaded employee reviews. Most employees don't look forward to their review except for the raise part. Who wants to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And employers go ahead and scramble around with outdated documents that don't really explain what the person does. And we all struggle to think back more than 2 years, right? Or 2 weeks. So how do we make employee reviews more effective? And how important are they? So many times we go into agencies and people say they haven't had a review in 3 or 4 years. That's a challenge, right? Might be a small agency and you might think everybody knows, but they don't. And that starts to fester and burn up. Watch about the importance of employee reviews and how we approach them here at APP.
Hey everyone, it's Kelly Donahue-Piro here for another 3-minute video this morning. And one of the things I want to talk about is how do you do an employee review? For many agencies, I've seen the review forms, and honestly, they lack a lot of substance. So a couple things on handling your team's reviews. First of all, there should be a formal annual review every single year, no matter what. I know COVID jammed a lot of things up, and I know it can be a really difficult scenario. So one of the things that we want to talk about is getting that restarted. Now is such a great time to go ahead and update your job descriptions. And we actually have pre-written job descriptions and templates on our online store. So we have over 12 of them already done for you. And they have a mission for the role, responsibilities, how we're going to track you, attitude, literally everything that you could imagine in the world's greatest job description right on our online store. So we highly recommend you head over and check out our shop and then agency process packs, and you can get that today. But then what we should do is really tailor the employee's review to the job description. It shouldn't be, do you show up on time? It shouldn't be this vague thing. It should be, here's what we're doing, and you get to score 1 to 5. Including on the values of the agency, attitude, and things that aren't so substantive. These are, these are more situations that you can say, hey, how's your attitude? Well, that's hard to nail down, but it can be something you address in the review. Then you can tally up a score. And we also recommend that the employee reviews themselves. Lo and behold, you will find that many times they actually review themselves much harder in them than you do. So for agencies that aren't doing reviews, sometimes it can be awkward. You think it's always tied to pay, but it's a time to communicate and strongly communicate with everybody. And so our mission to you is update your job descriptions and get into a routine on job reviews. This just helps clarify the message of what you want people to be doing and your expectations. So the more you can do that, obviously, the better off we can be. So have a great day and get those job descriptions going, and then get the annual review together. We'll see you soon.
Cold calling. Does it work? Does it not work? Do we just not want to work it? I think it's pretty fair to say that most people don't love calling and doing interruption marketing, but there are ways to do it. At APP, we call people around events. We call people who have been looking at our content. So it's I'd say a lukewarm lead. But if you're in a cold calling situation, I'll tell you what, it still does very much work, but it only works if you have the right mindset. I talk about my friend Jennifer Hassan in this video and her new cold caller affirmations booklet, as well as challenging our beliefs on cold calling. The one thing I know is this: if you can master the phones, you'll always be a top salesperson. So it might not be the thing you want to do. It may not be the thing you do after you've been in sales for 10 years, but it might be the right thing to do to master it so that you do become successful and get the next step. Watch our video for our take on insurance cold calling. Good morning, everybody. So today I want to give a big shout out to someone that I've gotten to know. I've listened to her in a few podcasts, as well as just connecting with her on LinkedIn. Her name is Jennifer Hassan, and she actually owns a company that does something very specific, which I love because I think the more you can dive deep into one thing, the better you can be, which is she helps insurance agents get better at prospecting through cold calling. Now, I want to stop you right here before you hit stop on the video because cold calling definitely gets a bad rap, right? It's interruption marketing. However, cold calling done right does still work today. And you have to change your mindset on thinking about it. So don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. I want to dive deep into this topic. So, prospecting today, coupled with a great marketing strategy, means marketing is warming and nurturing those leads. And the phone call hopefully comes at a time where somebody is, has been receiving your communication and it's time to take the next step. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, I hate it when people cold call me. If I'm interested, I'll let them know. That's probably because you've had it done to you pretty darn badly. But if we can couple marketing with a call strategy, we're in a winning get bet. But automatically, just the word cold calling sounds terrible, right? But what if it's you have to make introduction calls? What is it if you have to do a golden hour of opportunity of just working a list and nurturing your database? The power of cold calling is also you're researching your prospects as you go to get more familiar and accustomed to who some of your ideal target clients are. I don't want you to think of cold calling as cold calling. Thinking of it as introducing yourself to potential opportunities. During the COVID phase, we're not networking as much. We're not handshaking, going to events. And so using the phone is key. The reason I think cold calling is essential is every great salesperson I know has over time had to do cold calling and master the phone and master the idea of convincing someone to exchange their time with you. That is the key. You want to think about if I can do the first sale, which is an exchange of time, I'm in a good spot. These are things where you just have to introduce yourself to cold calling and introduce yourself to your ideal clients. And if not phone, I actually think emails are even worse because sometimes I don't even read them. I just delete them. But I did see the person's name, I did see the company, and I did maybe do a quick scan before deleting them. So in my brain, I've logged a little category. Don't think about cold calling as negative, thinking of it as introductions. And this is where my friend Jennifer Hassan has done something pretty darn cool. So I got a package from her over the holiday, and she's created daily affirmations for cold callers. And I put it on my desk, even though I don't do much cold calling. I found it actually really helpful. So you got this, I promise. Affirmations for cold callers. And it's just little things that tell you a little bit. I'm not interrupting anybody. Here's another one. I offer tremendous value to my clients. Or I make great first impressions. All things I'm cold calling. My calls are authentic offers to help. This helps you reset your brain on cold calling. So we're going to put a link so that you can purchase this if you need it, but think twice about it. It's not necessarily the worst thing in the whole wide world. And with COVID, we have to find other ways. And I really believe that if you dedicate a little bit of time to doing the research to contact the right clients, you're in a good spot. If you're not taking the time to research and you're dialing for dollars without a great list, you'll get your different approaches and your different results. So check it out and make sure you understand cold calling is not the worst thing. Cold calling is an important sales skill. And if you can master that, you'll have a long career in sales. So that's a wrap. Another 4 videos in the books for this week. And I can't believe it, but we're coming up about on a year on the coronavirus. And so if you think about it, the world started shutting down right about now last year. So think about it, reflect on it, and just realize now's the time to keep investing in your team to make them ridiculously amazing. Whether it's our process packs, our online school, or a performance program, your team needs structure. And honestly, to be the best, you got to train them. So take a peek at what we have on our website. We'd be happy to welcome you as a new client. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon. Is training your insurance team on your mind? If not, it should be. Your team is your largest investment of the agency. And when they aren't trained with the best practices,
you're not exactly leading the team the way you should be. Training can be difficult, right? Sometimes people aren't bought in. There's never enough time, and it can be costly. But we've solved that problem here at Agency Performance Partners. We have an online school with sales training, retention training, time management training, how to turn inbound calls into opportunities, and how to reduce remarketing. And we're adding a new course every single quarter. This can be done on your own time, and the videos are generally under 10 minutes. There's workbooks, role-playing videos, scripts. It's super interactive. For many agencies, they pop the video on during their team meeting and then use the discussion questions in the workbook, so you can take your team meetings to the next level. Oh, and did we mention cost? It's only $245 a month. And what that means is your team gets access to the subscription of training and all the trainings we add. Or if you prefer, we have some trainings you can buy outright. But not training your team, there's no excuse, because now we have a solution to an industry-wide problem. You can hop onto our website and look for the Agency Performance Pack, and that will get you there so that way you can go ahead and start training your team. You can get your subscription right on our website and get access to the courses immediately. Each one even includes a manager section, and many of them include setup guides with AMS 360, Hawksoft, QQ Solutions, and Applied Epic. We're consistently updating those training guides as well. So, what's the excuse now? Just go over to our website, get started today. Any questions? Let us know. We're happy to help. But an untrained team is costing you, your clients, time, money, energy, and stifling your growth. So let's tackle that this quarter. Let's get it going. Hopefully, we'll be welcoming you as a new student in our school.